Now that's not right. Hold on. Hold on a second. Well, that's more like it, right? All right, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week in Preview. Today is Sunday, April 12th, 2015, ladies and gentlemen, and what a weekend I'm having here. If you guys don't know, if you haven't been paying attention and you've been out of the loop of what's been going on with me, first of all, I'm not using this. This mic is going to be here for all my vlogs moving forward, but I'm actually not using this, and I'm about to explain why. I had all these plans going on of what I was going to be doing this weekend. I was actually going to set up this Week in Preview in my other streaming program, OBS, to capture. I was going to utilize my new microphone, right? I'm not doing that. I'm actually using my old mic right here because I did this all in a hurried panic to try to get it done. My plan was to play Persona 4 all weekend because I actually, by surprise, I beat Bloodborne Friday night. Early, after realizing there was no way I was going to get through all the Chalice Dungeon optional content. And so I said, this will be cool. You know, I will play Persona 4 all weekend in preparation for Mortal Kombat 10 coming out this next week. So people who like Persona and wanted to get a lot more of that will get it. People who maybe aren't liking Persona, okay, they'll be bored for a couple days, but then I'll be back. I'll be back full force come this Tuesday to play Mortal Kombat 10. Also, I was planning on doing all this other stuff. I was planning on working on the review for Bloodborne tonight. I was planning on doing Patreon-related stuff. I have all the information from all the patrons who actually pledged in the month of March. They responded to me this past week or two, and I was going to send all that information, well, at least half of it, for the people who needed their forum accounts upgraded. I was going to send that to my webmaster last night, and I was going to work on getting the t-shirts ready for being mailed for those who qualified for that, and private videos, and yada, yada, yada. And then this happened. And I know you probably can't see it very well because this is a 1080p webcam. It's not very clear. You probably can't, you can't even tell from that shot at all. My foot is incredibly swollen. You cannot tell from what I wanted to show you there. It's about, I'd say about 1.5 times the chubbiness of my other foot. It's swollen up out of nowhere. Now, at first I thought maybe I had whacked it or I'd done something that caused that to happen. But then I woke up this Sunday morning, to excruciating pain. The thing had swollen up even worse than it had on Saturday. It was very bright pink, and it just literally just brushing it or even touching it with a light blanket to keep it warm hurt like crazy. So after doing a bunch of research online and after what everyone's been telling me, it sounds to me like I might have gout, which is, let me tell you, this week I celebrated my 33rd birthday. Happy birthday to me, right? I'm getting up there in age. Pretty soon I'll be officially considered middle age. I think what they say is 35 is considered middle age. I'm not a young adult anymore, right? And since I've moved here to the state of Washington in the middle of last year, I've made dramatic strides and improvements in my daily diet, in my health. Look at me. I've lost a lot of weight since I moved here. All of the changes since I moved to Washington have been healthy changes, and then this happens. And it makes no sense. And people are like, well, if it's gout, that means that you have high acid levels in your diet. You have to alter your diet. Maybe you're drinking too much, which is kind of weird. I mean, I do have a drink from not every single day, but I do have a gin and tonic or two every once in a while, maybe, a few times a week at night to unwind, especially if it's been a stressful day or if my back's hurting me. But it's not like I'm a binge drinker and I go fucking crazy drinking every day. You know what I mean? It's not like I eat disgusting, unhealthy foods. When I lived in Connecticut, I drank more and I ate worse than I did here. So it's weird to me that this is happening now, okay? And all day today, I took today off, all right? Last night, I couldn't do, after being out, I had to actually go out yesterday evening to do my weekly shopping for groceries and stuff, and I was walking on the foot, which I shouldn't have done. It absolutely killed me all last evening. It was even worse this morning. I said, I can't even go upstairs and downstairs easily. I need to take some time off, so I did not do my Persona 4 stream today. And I didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it back tonight for the Week in Preview. And it's actually someone's podcast I'm appearing on tonight. And I was actually going to work on the Bloodborne review. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do any of that. The good news is, even though my foot is incredibly swelled and it fucking hurts, it's nowhere near as bad as it was this morning. And I am more mobile and I'm able to be up here and in the office to work for the second half of the night. So, what I'm about to do, you guys, I'm about to run through the Week in Preview if the foot gets better, and then there's also going to be a week in preview if it doesn't, all right? Because the bottom line is this. I do have health insurance now. However, it doesn't work how a lot of people assume it works. I know a lot of you guys are international to the United States. You don't live in the United States like me, and you don't understand how our healthcare system works. Let me just very briefly run through this for those of you who are interested, and then we'll get to the schedule, okay? Today I had a choice. I had basically 3 choices today, all right? Number 1, I could have tried to call a normal doctor and arrange for an appointment. Unfortunately, normal doctors are closed on Sunday in the United States, so that means I can't go to a normal doctor. So that would have been a waste of time, right? Number 2, my other option would have been to try to contact an emergency services or clinic-style place where you don't necessarily have a primary care doctor, but you have people who are there to take a look at emergencies. So if my foot was broken and bleeding, okay, and I needed to be put in a cast or something, you know, then I would have went there. Or if I was dying, you know, I couldn't breathe or something, you go there, all right? And I've done that. I did that a year ago. I went to a clinic in Connecticut because if you remember, I had a really bad throat infection. And I went there, they diagnosed me as having a fungal infection in my throat, they gave me a bunch of medicines, and 2 months later, I shit you not. Now, I was covered by insurance, by the way. I had insurance when I lived in Connecticut that was supposed to be good insurance. 2 months later, after I moved here, I got a bill for over $300 for that clinic visit, saying, well, some of it was covered, some of it wasn't. They billed an astronomical amount of money for the visit. You owe $300. I was like, that's incredibly ridiculous. You know, $300 for you to look at my throat and write a prescription, and that's literally all they did. So it was out of control. It's exorbitant cost for healthcare in the United States. So today I was left with this thought. Do I go to an emergency care facility to look at my foot and say, it's swollen, do you want some anti-inflammatories, and we'll see how it goes this week and see what's going on? Or I could wait. And I say, you know what? Honestly, right now, I'm not dying. It hurts. I can't really walk on it that well, but I'm not dying. Hopefully it's not going to get any worse. So what did I do today? I waited. Couldn't go to a normal doctor today anyway. I didn't feel like paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go to a clinic. And undoubtedly, there'll be people who disagree with that. There are people who say, well, in my country, I could have just went right to a doctor 7 days a week, paid $40, and got everything taken care of. That's not the United States. In the United States, it's a much different system. It's a convoluted, expensive piece of shit healthcare system. Only the rich, basically, get actually taken care of in the United States. Everyone else gets the fucking finger up their ass because we all got to put up with a horrible healthcare system catered to those who can pay thousands of dollars out of pocket. So that being said, right now I'm all right. My foot fucking hurts. It's swollen. It's pink, but it's not terrible. I can still walk on it. It hurts pretty badly, but what I'm worried about is it seems like every night it's better by the time I go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, it's bad again. So I obviously, if that's staying like this week, if it doesn't get any better, say by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, I've got to make a doctor's appointment. There's nothing I can do. I have to do it, okay? But I understand that's going to hinder everything going on this week. We already had solid plans for how this week was going to go. So I will now let you guys know the schedule if things go well and my foot gets better, and the schedule if it doesn't. Because I've already done things. I've made changes to my diet. I've already ate a ton of strawberries today. People are saying a strawberry will lower your acidic content. If you don't eat red meat right now, you'll be better. If you don't, drink alcohol right now, you'll be better. So I'm doing all these things to not have any acidic content in my blood. And hopefully I can lower whatever the hell the problem is with this foot and have it better in the next day or two. Okay? If that happens, here's the schedule. Obviously, right now I'm doing the weekend preview. After this, I'm actually going to appear on someone's podcast. I don't want to give too many details because I don't know the actual name of the full podcast or where it appears. But I'll be plugging it on Twitter once it goes live so that you guys can know to check that out. And we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 10 of all things. And then tonight, after that, I'm hoping to at least film the spoken text part of my Bloodborne review. All right? Tomorrow, first stream, which is going to happen, by God, it's going to happen. I know I took today off. I rarely take time off. I need to do a stream tomorrow. It's going to be Persona 4. It's going to be about 3 hours, and it's going to be me getting as far into the game as I can before our crazy amount of coverage of Mortal Kombat 10 that's going to happen this week. Tomorrow night, Monday night, no stream because I'm going to try to finish the Bloodborne review. I'm going to take that filmed review that I do tonight, and I'm going to try to edit in all the gameplay elements and, make a nice edited review for you guys. I'm going to put that out on the King of Hate vlogs, hopefully tomorrow night. Again, fingers crossed. If everything goes all right with my foot and everything, that's going to be the plan. All right. Tuesday is huge. Tuesday, Mortal Kombat 10. All right. Mortal Kombat 9 kind of hit us all by surprise when it came out. Way back when, what was it, 2009, 2010? I can't even remember exactly the year it was. I think it was 2010. and it was just pleasantly good, and we all enjoyed it, right? Remember, I did full coverage of it. I'm going to do the same thing. Starting this Tuesday, I'm going to be covering the story mode of the game. If I beat the story mode on Tuesday, great. If not, then we're just going to do that all Tuesday. If I do beat it, the next thing I want to check out is the Challenge Tower, which apparently is different from the Challenge Tower from Mortal Kombat 9. It's more of the traditional Challenge Towers they used to have in arcade mode of the arcade game, where you go through fighting certain enemies in a certain order. I don't understand if there's going to be extra stuff in there or not. We'll have to see together. And then during the course of the week, what I'm going to be doing is checking out the different characters. If you don't know, every character in Mortal Kombat 10 has 3 versions with variations on how they're played and combos, and the properties of their different special moves are completely different depending on what version you pick. So it's going to be a ton of content. There's over 20 characters to start, and each one has 3 versions. So basically you're talking 60 characters in the game to start. That's a lot of freaking content. So I'm going to be excited going into training mode, playing with them in, kind of in the lab, learning how to play with them, taking them online and doing online play. So that's going to be the majority of the week, but I'm going to balance that with Persona 4 so that it's not ever too much. You know what I mean? So that first Tuesday, I'll probably do a marathon. Hell, even Wednesday, I may do a marathon, but then come Thursday, I might balance it. Come Friday, I might balance it again, or instead of doing a second stream, maybe what I'll do is work on the DSP Classic series, which you guys funded via the March Patreon, which is the best of Heavy Rain, okay? So this is the thing. I have all these things to work on. I'm behind. I'm admittedly behind because now I basically have two big chunks of several hours that I was going to be working on stuff because of my foot. I didn't get to do it. I apologize publicly to the patrons for March. I wanted to get you guys already upgraded on the forums. I wanted to get things going. I would have liked to have my April goals already set for Patreon, and I haven't had a chance because I'm behind now because of everything that's going on with my health, all right? So that'll take us into the weekend, and then the weekend, again, will be balanced between Persona 4 and Mortal Kombat 10. No podcast this week. I never had a plan to do a podcast this week because I knew I was going to be so heavily into Mortal Kombat 10 that I was going to want to play the living hell out of it. Now, there's possibility during the week, maybe once I get a couple characters that I like, I'll set up a private session where people can join and play against me in Mortal Kombat 10. That's always a possibility. I know people like fan appreciation multiplayer, and I'd like to do that. Keep in mind, I am getting the PlayStation 4 version of the game. I want to reiterate that. Some people might be confused. Oh, Phil used to always get the Xbox version. No, I'm getting the PS4 version for one reason. I love the PS4 D-pad, and I had this adapter called Cronus Max, which I tested last year, where I use all the next-gen controllers for fighting games, and this D-pad was amazing. I was able to do dragon punches, elaborate 360 moves, everything I could do on the PS4 D-pad, so I'm going to be playing Mortal Kombat 10 on the PS4 gamepad and see how I like it. If I love it, I'll keep playing. If I hate it, I've actually heard that there's methods to get a PlayStation 3 joystick to work on the PS4, no problem. Or I have the Cronus Max adapter, I just need to update it through a software update, and maybe I'll be plugging my own, joysticks into. But I'm going to try this to start, okay? So that's kind of the gist of the week. There will be, hopefully, a new DSP Tries It this week. I have there is actually a new fast food item that I saw this week that I was very interested in. I was like, man, I would like to try that and see, how that is. So we'll see if I can get there this week. And again, this is all dependent on this stupid foot right here. So now let's talk, what if my foot in a day or two doesn't naturally get better by itself, okay? Listen, that's life. I'm going to have to make a doctor appointment. Okay, I'm going to have to go see a doctor. The doctor's probably going to say, yeah, you've got gout or you've got some reason that your foot is swollen. They're probably going to tell me how to change my diet, which I'm already doing. And they're probably going to prescribe me some kind of either prescription strength anti-inflammatory or something better. The thing is, in the United States, anti-inflammatories you can buy in the store suck. You can only literally get Tylenol, Advil, Aleve, and they're basically 3 different ingredients. One's aspirin, one's considered acetaminophen, and one's something else like neoproxene, I want to say it's called, something like that. So there's only 3 over-the-counter anti-inflammatories you can get in the United States. Everything else sucks, and they're weak. The thing is, they're all weak. Even if you buy maximum strength, they're weak for something like this, a swollen foot. It's not really going to help. I took Aleve. When I woke up for today, I felt no impact whatsoever. In fact, now it's later in the day. Whatever I took is out of effect, and my foot is less swollen. So it is what it is, right? But that's kind of the reality in the United States is they're so afraid of drug abuse that you can't actually get good drugs without going to a doctor to get them to prescribe. And the thing is, just think about this, what a hassle. I can't even, this foot is so swollen, I can't even put it in a shoe. So I'm going to have to put it in like a slipper, drive to whatever doctor or wherever with slippers on because my foot is so swollen. And then, well, now you got to go to the drugstore. So now I got to drive from there to the drugstore, get the drugs at the drugstore all the time on my foot, which I shouldn't be doing. But it sucks. That's the reality of my life situation right now is, even though I live with Leanna, I'm the only one who can drive. And, we already have plans that kind of during the better months now as we're heading into the summer that she was going to look to go to like driving school and stuff like that. Of course, this had to happen all before that, right? So that's the situation of what's going on right now, okay? It sucks. If I have to go to a doctor, that means time out from playing games and streaming. You know what I mean? The good news, if anything, is that because my job is based here out of my home office, that if this foot does not get better right away, and it is fucked up all week, I could still work. The one bummer is I have to leave to go pick up the games, I have to leave to go to the doctor, and I'm going to have to leave to physically get the prescription of whatever the hell it is. And because of all that, that's time on this foot that I should not be on the foot. And it might agitate it even more, and it might make the situation even worse. I don't know. So I'm really hoping that things work out this week, that within a day or two the swelling goes down by itself, and just because of, the changes to my diet that I've implemented, and that we won't have a problem. But it might be, it might not. I mean, that's wishful thinking, right? And a lot of people are saying, Philly should have already went to the doctor. Like, I couldn't. There's no way to go to the doctor unless I rush to a clinic where it's not a specialist who would even know what the hell they're talking about. Probably just rush out some prescription for me and charge me $300 to do it, and it wouldn't solve the problem. That's the United States healthcare system. So hopefully, within a day or two, I'm good, and okay, don't worry about it. Worst case, come say Tuesday, since I have to go out anyway to get Mortal Kombat, I'll schedule a doctor's appointment. I'll see as soon as I can when I can get in there. That's the other thing. I don't even know if I'll be able to make it in there this week. That's how the system works. It's so stupid. And we'll see what happens from there, all right? And I know you guys are going to be concerned. I'm concerned. Obviously, I need to be able to fucking walk. Right now, the only way I can walk is to limp on only the left-hand side of my left foot. I can't even put the right side down because the pressure is excruciating pain. So here's hoping it gets better. Fingers crossed, right? We'll see what happens. I'm going to do my best to get the Bloodborne review out for you guys Monday night. I'm going to do my best to cover Mortal Kombat 10 as best I can with everything going on. It absolutely sucks. It's not the best case scenario, but that's life. When life gives you lemons, you either piss back at the lemons and fight them back with your urine, or you can let the lemons splash you in the face. This is a really bad analogy. I'm going to try to make the best of this week, okay? I don't want to ruin the week because of this, but at the same time, I have to pay attention to it. If ignoring something like that for excessive amounts of time can just be really bad, all right? So that is it, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Week in Preview. There may or may not, like I said, later in the week be other stuff. Maybe I'll work on the best of DSP Classics. Maybe I'll be able to upgrade everyone's forum account this week. It all depends on how I'm feeling, how much. I'm going to try to work a lot since I'm in the office already tonight. I'm going to try to get a bunch of stuff done as well while I'm in the office, so that way, God forbid that my foot explodes tomorrow, at least I got a bunch of stuff done tonight, okay? So that is it. Thanks for watching. I will see you for Mortal Kombat 10 and Persona 4 this week. I'll give you more details daily about the condition of my foot, and we'll go from there. That's all I really have to say. Peace out. See you later.